Hi everyone, I hope you're having a fabulous day today. In today's video, I will be going through some first week milestones that you might notice with your newborn. These are things that may be helpful if you're a parent that likes to kind of keep a journal, a diary of baby's first times or major milestones. So in this video, I will be mentioning some milestones from a physical development perspective, a mental, like senses, reflexes perspective, from a social development perspective as well. So again, these are some indicators of milestones that most babies reach by week 1. This isn't to say that all babies will develop all these things by week 1. They might develop some things a bit sooner than others, but in general, these are some things that you might notice after week 1 with your little one. So I'll start with the physical changes and developments that you might notice. They will definitely be able to sense and respond to any sudden changes with their entire body. So they wouldn't just be surprised by their face. You'll notice their entire body reacts to things. When they're startled, for example, they will arc their back, they'll kick their legs, and they'll flail their arms. By week 1, they can kind of lift their head up, and they're able to move their head side to side. They will be able to control their arms and legs movements by the reflex, so they'll start to develop that. And when babies' palms are pressed, they will open their mouth, and you'll notice their head kind of lifting slightly as well. They're able to sleep and wake on a continuum, so for a period of time. If you put them at a sitting position at week 1, you'll notice their heads will kind of flop frontward or backward, so be careful with that. You don't want to hurt baby's neck. They will also start to develop controlling swallowing and rooting by their reflex. And if you stroke the bottom of your baby's foot, this can cause your toes to flare up and out. And usually babies week 1, they sleep between 17 to 20 hours a day. That's the majority of the day. And this is really important. They do that because that's much needed for a baby. And their bowel movements are actually very often and sporadical. Although they're sleeping most of the time, they can be much more random than they might be as they grow older. And they need to be fed 7 or 8 times or more each day. So that's a quick idea from a physical perspective of development. So now for a little bit about their senses and reflexes. You'll notice that they'll blink a lot if there's bright lights around them. They're able to focus on things about 8 to 12 inches away from them, so anything further or too close that might cause cross-eyed, so be aware of that. Their eyes tend to turn outward at this stage, and they're sensitive to the direction of sound. So if you hear sound here, they'll start to notice that. Most of the time you'll notice their hands are actually fisted when they're around that first week. They start to distinguish sounds and pitch of sounds, and a lot of people may notice parents automatically speaking in a high-pitched voice with their newborns, and that's completely natural and needed because that's what babies prefer. They prefer the high-pitched tones, and I think we naturally just do that somehow. So it's kind of incredible. Some people kind of say, why do we do that? Why do you speak like a baby? Because it's preferred, and it's something that the baby can understand and process much quicker. At this stage, baby is able to lift their head when they're stomached or on someone's shoulder. They also are able to move their head side to side. They're able to distinguish taste and like the sweet type of foods already. And they'll grasp and grip onto something if their hand accidentally strikes something, they'll just grab it. If accidentally something touches them, they'll grab it and go into that fist mode. Some changes you'll notice from a mind development perspective is baby will quiet down when they're picked up and they have a steady, firm position, like if someone's holding them. That keeps them quiet, that doesn't have them on alert mode. They stop sucking to look at something, so that's something interesting as well. Because when they're early, like as soon as you're born, they will suck away and not really notice things around them, but they will when they're around that 1 week mark. They shut out any disturbing noises when they're going to sleep. So you might even see some babies, parents will bring their newborns to party and things like that. They will sleep right through the background noise. They're not bothered. They'll even make some animal noises. This is just baby being baby. And at 1 week, baby will start to expect food at certain times. So if you have a tendency to feed at certain times, or you've noticed them getting hungry at certain times of the day, they'll start to get that routine going at this point at the end of the first week. And they also start to begin to concentrate and look at a person briefly, which is something they may not do when they're born right away. The last group of things related to first week milestones that I want to talk about is your baby's social development. They'll begin to show excitement and distress. They can sense it if there's conflict, if there's tension around them. They can sense it, they can feel it, so be aware of that. They respond when people speak softly and positively. They prefer the human voice. And they are definitely more alert, and they try to focus on a person's face and voice at this stage. So as I said, every baby is an individual, and your baby may do things, some of these things more quickly or others more slowly than another baby. If you are concerned about your baby's progress, discuss it with your healthcare provider. There's no wrong questions, and it's better to be alert and cautious early on than later on. But most times, if not the first week, or the second or third week, you'll notice baby doing most of these things. So thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments if there's other milestones that you notice with your baby in the first week of them being born that I haven't mentioned. Comment below and share it. Thank you so much.